Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time joining us, thanks for watching. Today we are going to be making a whole chicken, a Cook's Venture chicken. These are so delicious and juicy. We're gonna go ahead and brine this and I'll show you how we'll do that next. All right guys, we're gonna go ahead and brine this whole chicken in our briner bucket. I use this bucket to thaw all sorts of meat, and I definitely use it to brine meat. So we have our whole chicken here from Cook's Venture. We ordered a ton of these online and they are delivered right to our door, which is awesome. Honestly, once you taste these, you will never want to go back to your average grocery store chicken. Some people do say that they're a little bit smaller than others, but there's obviously a reason for that. They aren't pumped with all sorts of steroids and hormones like most are, and they're pasture raised and free range chickens. You really definitely taste the difference. We're just gonna go ahead and do a quick brine here. We have a cup of salt. We're gonna go ahead and put in here. We have a 1/4 cup of organic turbinado sugar. We're gonna go ahead and put that in. We have a 1/4 cup of whole black peppercorns. We're gonna put those in. And I have just a whole mess of garlic here. We're just gonna go ahead and smash those to get those nice and delicious and aromatic, and get those put in our brine as well. Then we're gonna go ahead and just put a few slices of lemon in there. Okay, a couple slices of lemon, and then we're gonna go ahead and put 2 bay leaves in there. If you don't have time to brine, that's completely fine. I love brining just because it definitely adds an elevated juiciness and tenderness to the chicken. So we are gonna go ahead and stir that up. That's what it's gonna look like. We are going to go ahead and put our whole chicken in there. Oh, so delicious. And then we have this little screw top that we go ahead and we're gonna put on here. That just keeps it under the water while it's brining. We're gonna go ahead and brine this until we pop it in the oven. Ideally, you wanna brine for about 8 to 12 hours. We're not gonna have that long. We're gonna have about 8 hours until I pop this in the oven. All right, our chicken is ready. It has been brining for about 8 hours. That's what it looks like in our briner. I'm gonna go ahead and take it out of the brine and get it on our tray here and ready to go in the oven. Okay, we are taking our chicken out of the brine. Let's go ahead and move this aside. All right, so a really, really important step when you decide that you want to brine a piece of meat, any piece of meat, make sure that you really, really dry it thoroughly. When it comes out of the brine, if you leave it wet, it's not going to get that nice crispy skin that you want. It's almost gonna steam the chicken. All right. Now that we have that pretty dry, we're gonna go ahead and just stuff the cavity of the chicken. I have lemons and whole cloves of garlic. We're gonna go ahead and get that in here. You can use whatever veggies you have on hand. I don't always use lemon. I definitely always use garlic. If I have onion on hand, I will use that as well. Get some salt in there. This is a little salt and pepper mixture. Let's get a little bit more in. Great. Some people rinse their chickens when they come out of the brine. I do not. So let's go ahead and get our butter on. I like to go ahead and rub the entire chicken with butter. This totally grosses my sister out. She cannot stand touching raw meat. So I hope she does not watch this video. She will be super grossed out by this. So rub, this happens to allow me to go under the skin a little bit, which is great. Rub all over. And I went ahead and used 4 tablespoons of butter in here and just softened it, let it come to room temp. All right, let's go ahead. Okay, sorry, I had to go ahead and get all of that butter off my hands. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and use Smoking Guns barbecue rub, sweet heat. I especially love this on wings. I use it almost every single time I make wings. We're gonna go ahead and just get this all over our chicken. Make sure to do both sides. Yum, yum, okay. All right, just rub that in. Both sides, missed a little spot. Okay, great. So I'm gonna go ahead and cook this in the cast iron in the oven. You can go ahead and put, again, whatever veggies you have on hand. You can put onions in here, you can put celery, you can put nothing, doesn't matter. I have some carrots laying around, so I'm gonna go ahead and use carrots under here. I'm gonna put it just like that. We're going to take our other 4 tablespoons of butter, and we're gonna go ahead and add that to whatever's remaining from the first 4 tablespoons that we're gonna go ahead and melt this butter, and then we're gonna go ahead and use this throughout the cooking process to go ahead and baste our chicken along with the juices. Okay, one last step before we pop this in the oven. We have to go ahead and tie closed. Go ahead and pull it under there. Now allow them to go ahead and just stay closed. There we go. Just keep all those flavors locked in. Perfect. Great. All right, now we're gonna go ahead and pop this in the oven. Let me get another glove. It's so pretty and it smells delicious. It's gonna smell even better once it's cooked. You can see the little lemon peeking out there. Looks beautiful. I don't only like to make food that tastes good, but it's always an added bonus when it looks good. All right, it is set at 425. We're gonna go ahead and take a peek at this in 15 minutes. All right, guys, our chicken is all done and it looks beautiful. I did go ahead and cook it once I lowered the temperature to 350 for an entire hour to get that perfect temperature of 164 degrees. Look how beautiful that looks. Woo! We're gonna go ahead and let this rest for about 10 minutes and then we'll go ahead and slice into it. Okay, our cooked venture chicken is gorgeous. It's been resting for about 10 minutes and we're gonna go ahead and slice into it. I wanted to go ahead and get nice and close up on it. Look, it's juicy. And we did baste it with the juices in the pan and that melted butter about 3 times within that hour. Oh my gosh, the juice is just, oh, so good. I mean, oh my Lord. It is. I mean, if this is not the juiciest chicken I have ever, look at that. Woo. I mean, it is cooked perfectly. The skin is delicious and crispy. It's gorgeous. It's just so delicious. Let's go ahead and get this drumming off. My kids love the drumsticks, so we'll go ahead and cut that off, as well as this wing. Look at that. I mean, this is, if it wasn't so hot, I wish I could show it to you. It is really the juiciest chicken I've ever cooked. That's it, guys. Really simple. Just remember, you do not have to brine it. I don't always, but when I have time, I do. Let's give it a little taste test. Oh my gosh, it's delicious. If you like this video, there's many more to follow. Please subscribe. Thanks so much.